Happy Tuesday, everyone out there. After a long Masters weekend, Justin Rose and Dean Bukanevich, Director of Marketing for the Rocket Classic. This is a new segment we're going to be doing all season long at the MTT Studios. It is the MDG Weekly Recap presented by Rocket Classic. And Dean, you had the opportunity that most people dream of.
I did.
Going to Augusta National and taking in a couple rounds at the Masters. How was that?
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Everything you hear on TV, everything you see on the internet, everything you read stacks up with the expectation of Augusta. So yeah, incredible experience. Was very fortunate to be there, and we had a heck of a weekend.
You know, and Rory McIlroy doing something that only 4 golfers have ever done, going back-to-back. You got to see his great round where he has a 6-shot lead after the day. Then he comes back to earth, and everybody else kind of catches him on Saturday. I mean, what was the two vibes like on Friday and Saturday?
Yeah, definitely a little bit, obviously different. You saw him come alive on Friday a bit. I believe he shot a 65. And then Saturday, you see Scotty and Cam starting to creep up the leaderboard, and they start to play well. And everybody's wondering, is Rory going to be able to hold on? Is he going to be able to pull through for his second Masters and first back-to-back since 2002? So yeah, the vibe was interesting. I think everybody was pulling for Scotty and Cam. But as play started to kind of dwindle down on Sunday, and we saw Rory was going to be the guy, I think everybody was excited about it.
Just to be out there in the aura, and again, I went during the practice round, and I didn't get to see the energy of players actually playing meaningful golf out there. Yeah. So that's definitely something I need to get back to do that next year. But from a tournament perspective for the Rocket Classic, I mean, you're obviously at a place that it is here, and then everyone else is definitely below. Yep. We can all agree that the Masters is the Masters for a reason. But learning what you've learned from being there and hearing the patrons and seeing how the players interact with the fans and like everything, what do you bring back to Detroit?
Yeah, I think for me personally, it's all about the details. Everything that could be thought of was thought of at the event. So the volunteers were extremely knowledgeable. Being able to find your way on course was a little bit more difficult for myself, somebody who hasn't experienced Augusta before. But the pamphlets, the spectator guides, the things that they hand out were very informational, educational, and really gave you everything you needed to know. And then you think about the operations with concessions in the merch shop and just how people on site were directing patrons on where to go, what they need to do, and what they need to know was just incredible. So I think going back to my team and how we look at the Rocket Classic coming up this summer is just putting in, pinpointing everything that we need to think of, and maybe expanding it or double-clicking on it a bit, and just making sure that we have the right talking points that we need to deliver to everybody that's helping run the event.
And right now is the time to get your tickets to the Rocket Classic because, Dean, you guys are running this special through the end of June. People got to take advantage if you want to get out there.
Yeah. So tickets went on sale last week. We were extremely excited about that. Advanced pricing is live right now through the end of June, so June 30th. So over the next month and a half, you're going to see essentially lowered prices compared to last year, and you're really going to be able to take advantage of those savings. So you can go to rocketclassic.com. Super easy to go purchase your tickets. It'll take you to Ticketmaster, and now's the time to do it.
5 players that finished in the top 10 at the Masters this year have played in the Rocket Classic previously. We're going to be helping explain some of the players that are going to be coming throughout this series. Dean will be here every Monday. We're doing this. We're going to do this recap. We're going to learn a lot more about what's going to be happening in our backyard at the Rocket Classic this summer. Dean, thanks so much. We appreciate it. And who do you got winning the RBC Heritage this weekend?
Ooh, that's a great question. RBC next weekend. JT won it in 25. I'm going to go with Fleetwood. I think, and it's funny because historically you see Masters fatigue the following week, and we had a pretty good leaderboard that I think is going to play well next weekend. But yeah, my pick's going to be Tommy, and we'll see how he does.
Justin Rose has got to get one for me.
He does. He does.
I need an influx of followers on social media who think I'm him. So that's usually what happens when he plays well. Dean, thanks so much.
Thanks, Justin.
See you next week.
Appreciate it.